Hi, hello everybody, and as usual, let's start with Zendo. So, as we mentioned last time, we finished all the design activities for managing those sidechain whose use case don't require the ceasing functionality, and including a very detailed analysis of the specific changes to be applied. Therefore, we were able to start the development of the activities, and in particular, we started with the update of the fork manager that is required for enabling these new kind of sidechains. And this development is completed, and the pull request introducing such changes has already been opened and ready reviewed. Then the next task we started consists in working on the changes that are required by the block and the mempool validations, and the development is currently ongoing. And in parallel with all of these, we are already planning the next code audit activities for the changes that we are applying. Okay, something else always related to the new that is worth to mention is that while working on the changes that we mentioned before, we found an area of improvement in the code that stops the minor threads when closing Zendi. And basically, the application was not waiting for the termination of these threads, and that could lead to sporadic crashes during the shutdown phase. It was occurring rarely when using the default mining solver, but almost every time when using the optimized ROM solver. Anyway, we fixed it now. No crashes happening anymore, and also the shutdown time has been reduced. And so a pull request has been opened, and it's now under the first level of review. Okay, that was all for Zendo. Now let's switch to the SDK, and in particular for Blaze, where during the last week we were able to finalize many developments and include them in a new release of Blaze that is named 040. And among the various things, apart from the things already mentioned during the past Weekly Insider, we also included, some general improvements for the API, some improvements for the mempool, and we also introduced optional C sidechain withdrawal handling and in the SDK, and this is specifically useful for testing purposes. And some enhancements to the login system. Obviously, the full list of features and changes is available in the changelog file on GitHub. Okay, apart from these, in parallel, we went on with other things, including the Waller scan logic, where the design has been just finalized. And the two last points that are concerning Blaze are, let me say that we introduced some improvements for the bootstrapping tool by removing the private keys info and the seed from the sidechain creation procedure. So when you bootstrap, you just need the public keys. And we fixed an issue on fee payments not accounted while computing the C session withdrawal info at the epoch of creation. That was all for Blaze, and for what regards the EVM sidechain, we were able to achieve a lot of progress in several areas. And just to name a few of them, the EVM execution processor was completed, and this is one of the most important parts. And most of the RPC server wallet related endpoints were implemented as well. And the Ethereum friendly Merkle tree implementation was completed and is currently under review. We worked also on the account block sidechain transaction Merkle tree root calculation, and that also was implemented. And the transfer of Zen between EOA was successfully verified. And the last point regarding the EVM is the account state transaction apply flow that was finalized. So great progress also on the EVM sidechain project. And finally, on the proving system side, during the last couple of weeks, we went on with the analysis on the Plonkish arithmetization and there. Also carrying on several engineering sessions and internal presentations, and we are deeply analyzing the VM memory management alternatives. This is obviously part of the zk EVM implementation strategy. So, that's another, let me say, very important point for us. Okay, these were the main points for today. Back to you. Thank you.